Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here to do my comic reviews for the week. These comics came out July 3rd, 2013. Only have 5 comics, so I'm going to try to be quick with this. Okay, yeah, excuse all the loud booming. I'm filming this on July 4th, so there will be fireworks. If you hear any like loud bangs or something, it's just my neighbors shooting off fireworks and stuff. Okay, so let's get started with Dynamite Comics. First off, Green Hornet, number 3 by Mark Waid. Alright, in this issue, pretty much we're seeing Britt Reed's darker side. Okay, he's pretty much taken a very more serious and darker route with both as Britt Reed, the newspaper man, and also as the Green Hornet. I mean, as the Green Hornet, he pretty much bribes the last honest cop in Chicago, and Kato is really starting to bug Kato that at the end of the issue, Kato decides to take a sabbatical. Yeah, but Green Hornet number 3 is a very nice issue from Dynamite Comics. If you've ever been interested in, I think Mark Waid does an amazing job writing this story. I mean, the dialogue, the way that we're seeing like this darker side of Britt Reed is really amazing. I would definitely recommend this to anyone interested in the Green Hornet or anyone who's a Mark Waid fan. Also, in this issue, I forgot to mention this, but Britt Reed decides to run for mayor as well. And also, Kato leaves. So now, from this point, obviously, we're going to see Britt go solo for a while. See what he's like without his martial arts sidekick partner with him. Overall, Green Hornet is a fantastic series. I would definitely say you should pick up this issue if you want to get anything that's not Marvel or DC this week. Alright, now for Marvel's. Avengers number 15. I'm done with Avengers. Okay, I'm seriously done with this title. It's most of this issue is just Dr. Banner talking to S.H.I.E.L.D. and advising them about how to deal with all the signals from the world bombs and stuff. And the rest of the Avengers are pretty much just dealing with all the stuff that comes out of the life bombs or whatever. And all of this is apparently supposed to lead into Infinity. And I'm not getting Infinity. I really just don't want to, and really this series has been moving very slow. If you are planning on getting Infinity and you think you need this, I really don't think you need it. But if you are and you think that you need it, I'd say maybe pick it up if you can afford the extra $4. But otherwise, skip it. Just skip the main Avengers title right now. It's pretty much Hickman, he just moves stuff very slow, and it all leads into some other event that he has going on. And all I can say, and this book started out strong, I was interested in it, but now I'm done with this title. I'm dropping it. Iron Man, number 12. Pretty much in the flashbacks, shortly after baby Tony Stark is born, his father Howard takes his team known as the Stark 7, to go take care of most of the Gray aliens, and either kill them or drive them off Earth. And when they do after they kill the Gray boss and the rest of the Greys go off into outer space, apparently 451 rigged their ship to explode and kill them all. And that's pretty much how how Howard doesn't have to worry about the Greys coming after him now that Tony's born, after he stole 451 from them. And then back in the present, 451 reveals that the main reason he took such an active role in Tony's birth was that one day he knew he'd need a pilot for this new suit of armor. He has to fight the Celestials, and the armor is known as the God Killer. Okay, Iron Man right now, I'd say, I think it's been interesting to see how, I think the flashbacks are really more of the interesting part of this story. I mean, I think it's really amazing to see how far, all the lengths Howard Stark is willing to go to give his son life. I mean, that was the problem with Tony's birth, was that that baby Tony wouldn't have come to term. So Howard pretty much traveled the world trying to find a solution. He finally found one with 451, and apparently 451 is responsible for helping jumpstart Tony's brain and creating all the technology that Earth needs to help eventually keep up with all of the other worlds in outer space. So the flashbacks are really the more interesting part in this story arc. I'd say really more or less, I'd say either buy it or read it for this book. I mean, if you have a friend with a copy, I'd say borrow it, check it out, see if you like it. But if not, you really don't need to buy it. Okay, now it's time for DC Comics with Green Arrow number 22. This is the first appearance of Count Vertigo in the New 52, and as far as I know, he's pretty much, so far I just see the same guy. He was, but with the technology he uses to kind of mess with people's heads and hypnotize them. Pretty much, Green Arrow breaks into a Vlatavian castle to save the person who represents the dragon from the vision he had last issue with Magus, and the dragon actually turns out to be a woman named Shadow, and if you read Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunters, then you should easily recognize who Shadow is. But yeah, it turns out that Shadow is actually a woman from Oliver's dad's past. Well, Shadow was actually a previous girlfriend of Oliver's dad, Robert Queen, and before they escape, and Oliver's able to get Shadow out of her prison, but as they're leaving, they encounter Count Vertigo. But fortunately, Oliver is able to defeat Vertigo by. Don't forget, Oliver's hypnotized because of Vertigo, and he can't really aim an arrow. So fortunately, Oliver's new assistant, Fief, actually thought of a way in case this circumstance ever happened. And basically, Fief activated a remote detonator on an EMP arrow to short out Vertigo's hypnotizer. So, so that gives Oliver the strength to fight back, take care of Vertigo. Then he escapes with Shadow, and once they get out of the castle, Shadow reveals a little more about Komodo, and she also said that the girl that we thought was Komodo's daughter isn't really Komodo's daughter. Shadow is the mother, and the girl's real father is actually, spoiler alert, Robert Queen. That's right, Oliver has a half-sister. So yeah, I really liked that last page. That was great. This issue for Green Arrow helped renew the fire of this series for me. It was great. I love the remote detonation on the arrows. I think that was a brilliant idea that Fief had in case Oliver couldn't exactly aim them. And for once, I'm actually seeing the benefit Oliver has to all these assistants he's had since the beginning of the New 52. And also the reveal that Oliver has a half sister, that was great too. And I really hope that if we do get a new Speedy, I hope it's her. I hope it's Oliver's little sister. That would be great. So Green Arrow, definitely a buy. You should really pick this up. It's an amazing. Right now, this issue really renewed the series for me. I highly recommend you pick it up. Okay, Green Lantern number 22. The new recruits. Pretty much the Green Lantern Corps is battling Larfleeze, who's attacking Oa because he sees it because since the Guardians are gone, he sees Oa as weak. He thinks he can steal all of Oa's treasures. And the new recruits do start getting the hang of how to use their rings, but it's not enough. So basically, Hal Jordan, who's the new leader of the Corps, has Kilowog send off every single confiscated ship they have, and then Hal. I'm still thinking about Green Arrow. Hal pretty much just says to Kilowog, out loud, are all the treasures loaded on the ships? And Kilowog's like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, all the treasures. And so they basically trick Larfleeze to going after all the ships they remotely launched to get them off of Oa. Unfortunately, though, while the fight with Larfleeze was going on, I hope I'm saying this name right, Priexum Nolangi escapes the criminal in one of the science cells is able to escape thanks to a newly acquired Star Sapphire ring, because during the battle Saint Walker from the Blue Lanterns arrives, and so does another Star Sapphire. We don't know who she is, but she arrives. She dies, unfortunately. Then her ring goes off, finds Priexum, and then Priexum has the ring. She's able to escape, and she leaves Oa. So now the Green Lanterns have an escaped criminal with a newly acquired power ring. Okay, Green Lantern number 22. Okay, this is the second issue written by Robert Venditti. He's still laying the groundwork for what he has to come. I do know that there's going to be an upcoming story arc with the villain Relic. So I haven't really seen any evidence about who Relic is yet. I think next month we're going to get... I think next month maybe Relic will appear. Then we're going to go into Villains Month, which Relic will have one of the issues, 23.1. Yeah, but right now, I'd say... I think right now, Venditti is still kind of laying the groundwork with what he wants to do with his run, but he's getting the hang of it with this issue. So I'd say if you love Green Lantern, give this issue a shot. Go back, give number 21 and this issue a shot just because you like Green Lantern, okay? Because Jeff Johns is gone, we got a new writer coming in, new era begins here, guys. I'd say give the first story arc a shot first of all, before deciding whether or not to keep it. Okay, that's it for my comic review this week. Thank you. Just a quick little recap. Green Lantern number 22. Venditti's still laying the groundwork, but it does look a little interesting. I would say buy it. Green Arrow number 22. A lot of developments. Great proof that why Oliver's assistants should stick around. Really like the last page reveal. Definitely buy this series. Iron Man number 12. The more interesting part of the story is with the flashbacks involving Howard Stark and the Stark 7. I would say if you have a friend who bought this, just kind of read it over from him to decide whether or not you want to get this story arc. Avengers number 15. Very slow. Only if you have any. I would just say if you want to only get this if you want to read Infinity. Other than that, you can skip it. And finally, Green Hornet number 3. Mark Waid is doing a great job on this title. We get to see a little. Britt Reed's Darkseid actually drives Kato away for a little while. Can't wait to see. Waid's killing it on this title. Can't wait to see what Hornet's going to be like solo. I highly recommend you buy this. And that's it for my comic review this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later. And happy birthday, America.